Welcome to the Fourcast. We review movies, documentaries, films like you've never seen before, a completely different way. We are back again with another review this week, doing another movie of our featured actress, Zoe Kravitz in Kimi.
Okay, this is bullshit. We're not gonna let you come on here and just play like this, just regular old Fourcast. We gonna do the professional introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, we late. We not like no black church who just play like we on time. Yeah. We was late 3 minutes. Okay, and why was we late 3 minutes? Because we had to do what y'all say we don't do. We check each other as men, so we had to check Ben. Now, A-Trap, don't you try to get in it like you was checking him. You was laughing. Me and Wilkes was checking him. A-Trap was laughing at us checking him. So if y'all don't think we check each other, iron sharp. Hey, what's Proverbs 27:17 in this bitch today? Iron sharpened his iron. So we had to check him a little bit. So we was 3 minutes late. That means it was a short checking. He understood real quick. We wasn't playing no game. Yeah. So now you can get back to your show. Go come up like ain't nothing happened. That's how you used to when you was a kid. You got a whooping, you're going to go outside like you didn't just get your ass beat. Hey, you just got your ass beat.
Don't put the long pants on and go outside. We know you got
why you not sitting down? Oh, I'm good, man. You know,
I ain't got to sit down.
Why you got that long sleeve shirt on?
He's nice. Why you
come up to him whelps?
Yeah.
Why you got some snot under your nose?
And it's dry. And it's dry too.
How you got a red line right there?
And I can tell it's not ran this way. It must have been y'all must have had the ceiling fan on in the room. Yeah, that's how you do an intro. Don't come in trying to be all professional and shit.
Man, you turn the fan on here.
Yeah, for real. Woo. Alexa, turn downstairs thermostat to 71.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you, Al.
CJ, what's going on? He said, hey, the original squad is back. Yes, we are back in the building.
See, A-Trap, if he was any kind of professional, he would have been able to segue right into the Kimi movie when I said something about Alexa. And he could have just simply said, speaking of Alexa, that's what Kimi is. It is just another name for Alexa because they couldn't afford to pay to use Alexa.
Well, now they did say Alexa, though.
Yeah, they did, but they didn't say it like that. They said it like some natural shit, you know.
They said Siri.
They couldn't call it Alexa. Hell, the movie.
Apple was all throughout the movie, so they had to pay.
You got the laptop.
Apple. Well, no. You don't have to pay them. You getting that? That's money. That's just a fair exchange.
Yeah.
And fair exchange is no robbery. If we give you all this kind of advertisement, there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Apple probably paid them.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Product placement.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, somebody need to be counting how many times we done said Apple here, so we can get our little shit.
Yeah.
Apple,
banana,
HBO Max, Netflix.
Right.
We've been shouting all y'all out. All right, so Kimi is a film on HBO. Zoe Kravitz is starring in it, and to Dawk's point, it is a version of Alexa, Google device, whatever they call that, Google device.
Yes. See, another thing, they didn't want to get in trouble because Kimi went nothing nice on this thing, and they was finding all this stuff. They didn't want a direct tie-in to say Alexa is storing your stuff. You know, this is how we doing it. But you know, they say all movies is based on some real life shit. So if you don't think this is going on, you out your mind. He's still frowning up over there. I need to see Erica. Erica, text me right now and make sure everything is okay. Erica, if you need to come over here, you know where we at. If you need, hey, you can stay in the Prince room tonight if you need to.
Right.
Hey, and I got my pistol.
Like Ari
you can keep one on the side of your bed, and I keep a pistol on the side of mine. Because if he come over here and try to do something, we're going to light his ass up. You hear me?
The Prince room.
Yeah. The Prince
you got
room.
a Prince room.
Man.
No. The Prince room is spoken for.
Wow.
Purple silk.
That's true.
Purple silk.
And the
Bill
Percocet is in the upper right-hand drawer on the right nightstand with a whole bunch of ones in there, A-Trap left behind.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not the ones.
In the Ziploc.
Yeah.
With the rubber band on it.
Yeah.
With the smelling like baby powder.
Excuse me. His pastor be listening on Monday. We got to be careful.
Yeah. No.
He got him thinking he's saved over there.
Wow.
He
Hey,
hitting it.
Yeah.
I'm Steph Curry in this.
Way downtown.
Yeah.
Shots fired early.
Right.
Yes,
Bill Harvey says, "Yo, Hart, you better not have requested this garbage movie. If so, I'm gonna have to have Ron kill your lining. Kill your lining.
Ronnie,
the barber.
No, one of the guys from the shop.
Yeah, I mean, we did this movie, kind of something new, doing a featured actress, and then this is recent, and Batman was recent.
Yeah, it's worthy of getting on the show.
Let me give a couple shout outs.
We done had garbage truck juice before last week or a couple of weeks ago, and some people
before last.
So
and last week, Keisha was firing shots at the Batman. So Raider Kev in the building.
Yeah, she pulled out Tommy gun.
DJ.
So what was the overall? Because I wasn't able. I was out of town. And that Monday night, I was in no condition to log on the show from Key Largo. I was in a hole in the wall somewhere having a fruity drink.
Yeah.
Fruity drink.
That's okay.
Don't sleep on the fruity drink. Please get him, Will. Take care of my lightweight. Take care of my lightweight, man.
Don't sleep on the fruity drink.
He wasn't having no fruity drink.
Don't sleep. But I have them every now and then. Don't sleep on him.
Let me just explain
something to you. You just emphasize fruity.
The two fruitiest drinks I had. One of them was a key lime pie shake, but it was alcoholic.
Yeah.
Hey, Wilkes, I know you can. It's vodka in that one, and Wilkes, I'm gonna tell you can appreciate this. Had crumbled up graham crackers in it. It was good too, man. Yeah. It was good. Not good with O's, but good with U's. You understand? Good. And then they had a strawberry and mango frozen concoction.
Don't sleep on.
Look here, I kept ordering.
Don't sleep on them fruity drinks, man.
They'll sneak up on you.
Yeah, don't sleep on.
The only thing I'm saying is don't say fruity like that next time.
That's what it is. See, I'm comfortable in my manhood. I don't know about you, but I'm comfortable in my manhood. I order them proudly.
Hey, because guess what? Because the fruity drinks, they conversation starters. Because they're gonna be asking what you. But never mind. Never mind.
Wilkes, educate the fellas.
Never mind.
But okay, so me on the Batman. So what was the overall? Because I didn't get to watch. What was the overall? Scores on it? What was the mics we was getting? What was the average? Do y'all remember what it came out to?
I want to say there were a few 4s in there.
Something like Big Mo loved it. Big Illinois loved it.
I don't care nothing about the jailhouse crew. I'm talking about the people on here. What did y'all say?
I
gave it a 3.
What about you?
I gave it a 2.5. Keisha gave them a fucking -2.
What you give it, Ben?
I gave it a 2.5. It was half.
Man.
Didn't.
Man, that shit was too long.
It wasn't believable.
It was longer than what it should have been, though.
That shit was not believable.
Batman was not believable.
First of all, I don't like that.
That person playing Batman was not believable.
See, I don't think
ugly, man. He can't have no ugly dude playing Batman.
Batman wasn't believable. We talking about a superhero movie. Wasn't believable.
I don't think that was the issue. I just think
was any Batman
How in the hell is Batman walking into a nightclub? Batman
not trying to get his freak
but here's
on.
the
Batman
thing,
been smashing Catwoman since it came out.
But see, that's not the. But see, all that like Batman walking into a nightclub, that's not the problem because that's comic book element. To me, it was just the story drug out longer than what it needed to be.
Yes,
I didn't mind the characters. It's just that some of the stories, it's like okay, we just dragging
Ed Lover. Come on, son.
All right, man.
Keisha said one mic.
She an amateur. She don't know nothing about this. She just learning.
DJ Ramal. She
just learning.
So what did you watch it? Did you watch it?
Oh yeah,
okay. What's your give us your take real quick?
I'd give it a solid 3, man. I'd give it a solid 3.
I'll give
it a solid 3.
I just feel like
I'm with H-Rap to a certain extent, where he said the dude playing Batman, that just was not a good selection.
I think he got away with the young Batman.
Ugly.
I think
he pulled it. I think he pulled it off as a young Bruce.
I don't think it was a good one.
I think the point was though.
You should have pulled that cow down.
And I'm gonna tell you what raised the score to me. I thought Kimi. Look at her. I'm calling her Kimi. Zoe Kravitz did a good job at Catwoman in that. I really do. I think she did.
Now I can say this: they can do a side story with her because
That's right. Because I think she got into that character better than anybody has. Because there's an element with Catwoman of criminal in her, right? She's not with the system at all.
Right, exactly.
And I think Zoe pulled that off better than even the likes of Halle Berry and whoever, Michelle Pfeiffer. They didn't pull that off.
What's her name? I can't think of her name. The other chick.
Pfeiffer. You said it
was one more with Christian Bale. That third one that they put out. I can't think of her name.
Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer.
No, she was in that third one that Christian Bale was in.
Holy, Catwoman was in that.
Yeah, I can't think of her name.
I don't remember.
That's another movie. That I'm
Hathaway. What's her name? Hathaway.
Oh, Anne
Hathaway. Yeah.
Anne Hathaway.
She played Catwoman in that.
That's Pastor died in the building.
Layla Hathaway. Hey, I'm sorry. I don't know if you heard the beginning of the show. Pastor died or not. But this is just show business. That we don't mean everything we say on there. H-Rap really is saved. I said he wasn't.
Wow.
Horrible.
Now, Bill Harvey, stick around for the Beauty of the Week segment because he talking about I'll hit that. But I'm gonna explain something to you about this. The problem I got with this from a Beauty of the Week standpoint.
Okay. All right. So you what was your rating on the Batman? Did you say
3?
that already?
I said a solid 3.
Okay. Yeah, and I think they better do a spinoff with Zoe. She is hot right now. So I mean, you need to capitalize on that.
Real. They need to. They definitely need to do another one.
But I think
I'm a Batman dude.
Out of
all of the superhero, Batman is my guy.
Batman is not a superhero. At best, he a ninja. At best,
he a what?
He said he a ninja.
Hey, man. Fine. I'm not gonna argue that. Whatever he is.
If the chump go broke, he gonna be.
I like the darkness. I like the fact that he be secretly on the hose. He got the bread. We got the same kind of car. I'm with it.
Now I'll say this, and then we can move on. I think with
say Batman be on the hose.
You do, man. Thank you, man.
He do. I'll say this.
He don't been on Wonder Woman. He don't been on Catwoman.
Yeah.
This was a young Batman that was trying to figure himself out. So I think, and they kind of did a shortcut with Robert Pattinson because he didn't get. I was looking it up. He didn't get paid as much as the other Batmans, maybe because it was a lesser version of Batman.
Exactly.
But anyway. All right. All I can say is I'm happy you guys reviewed it. Sound like it saved me 3 hours of my life.
Nah,
watch it. Called in last week.
Watch it, Raider Kill. I'm interested to see what you think.
What Keisha said.
You're not. I saw that.
I saw that. Yeah. I mean, what was
hey, stick around for the Beauty of the Week segment. I'm telling you.
What was holding the draws up?
Come on, she didn't stink that woman. Come on.
That's about it.
Cuda. Oh. You know what they say, Wicks. That them skinny chicks. What
is this? What is this for monkey?
Gobble.
Love it.
Yes.
What is this pastor died? The what? What is that, money?
Yeah, it looked like it's money.
The money doesn't mean what you think it does.
A-Trap is saved. He may have been talking about that money I said in the drawer that he left behind.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I ain't going to the strip club and fall asleep in the car. Hey, one thing about shout out to the strip clubs in Dallas. This is BYOB.
And I ain't even. That's just.
I'm not even a strip club dude.
A-Trap, you got just a taste.
That's smidge.
That's just because I was trying to break in slow. I wasn't sure how you rose. So I'm like,
the reason I went to sleep in the car is because I'm paralyzed with fear of flying. So I stay up the whole day before I go.
Yeah.
That was just a smidge. He didn't take you to Arlington.
Yeah. Oh, it's a whole bunch of.
That's a whole different.
I'm gonna tell you. Hey, Will. If I take him to DG's, he gonna pass out in.
Oh, he gonna pass out.
You understand what I'm saying?
He gonna have to wake him up.
And at church on Sunday, he still gonna be
going. I talked to my cousin today.
Man.
Yeah,
all right.
Wow.
Kimi, and I'll kick it off and say this. This is actually based on a real legal case that happened on the Amazon Echo. It was a crime, a death revolving around an Amazon Echo. So there was probably some loose truth to this.
Well, I got Amazon Echo in my bedroom. I got an Echo Show in the kitchen, and I got them smaller Echoes in all the guest bedrooms. And I'm just gonna say this: if they listening in, some days it sounds like it's a crime taking place over here, but it is willing. It is consensual. I'm killing it, but I was asked to.
He was slaying. Well, Your Honor, I was prompted to.
Hey, Big Dog, I'm telling you, man, we gotta get. You gotta go down. You gotta get down to Texas, Jack.
Hey, CJ said you gotta take him to DG's.
Oh
You and Big Keith and hey, boy. Let me tell you, one year we went to. It was New Year's Day. Our whole crew went to the strip club. And man, Big Illinois big brother, our big brother Keith, he was standing at the stage and the girl was doing all type of stuff. And you could just hear Big Keith going, "You nasty."
Oh, wow.
I like him already.
He's like,
let me see this. Big Illinois is jumping in the room. I think his first comment, did somebody say stripper?
Hey, the big fella, I'm telling you, big fella, I know you watching. We can't say your name because you married. Big fella, you already know.
Oh, man.
Hey, boy.
So that's why I'm an Apple guy. They will never listen to.
Come on, Reddy.
They will never listen to my conversation.
Yeah,
come on,
that's a lie. Something now. I thought you was drug free, right?
That's why you got the Pinocchio at the end of the. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Exactly.
Come on, man.
All right, let's give our initial thoughts.
Did they talk about her suffering from agoraphobia?
Yep. Well, they didn't say.
Well, they didn't talk about it, but
in the description of the movie, they did talk about it, which I'm glad you brought that up, Wilkes, because this being Mental Health Awareness Month, so it just was ironic that we actually reviewed this during Mental Health Awareness Month. So yeah, she suffers from agoraphobia, which basically is a fear, an extreme or irrational fear of entering open or crowded places, of leaving one's own home, or of being in places from which escape is difficult. So she wasn't leaving the crib at all. She worked from home, ordering food in. She wasn't going out on dates. She was having a nigga come in and smash.
Delivery,
Uber. All that. Yeah, he was Ubering the sausage over to her. You hear me?
Yeah, pretty much.
You hear me? He was Ubering the weight over to her.
He was Lil Duval.
I'm ready to check your cable.
What'd you say?
I'm ready to check your cable.
That song by Lil Duval. I'm dropping dick off.
See, I told you he wasn't saying.
Hey, I'm talking about a song.
Coming through. Man.
What you got? What you got in that? What you got in that Fiji?
I'm just hydrating today. You know, last week I did all the drinking I need to do, so I'm just. This is sober. I'm acting the fool today because I miss y'all. That's all. But
okay.
Yeah, I'm just hydrating and you know.
Theodore Harper in the building said that's almost sounds like me. Laugh out loud. I don't know.
What
Maybe
do? We bunch of stuff.
I don't know.
Oh, she may be talking about the agoraphobia.
Oh,
she said that almost
because that's real. That affected a lot of people. A lot of people were like that.
You know, I'm not in a saving mode today, baby.
No,
I started to give it to it.
I like these kind of episodes. Y'all niggas wilding already. That's what we do.
Yeah, so that's important though, man, because you think about it right now, especially after COVID, you got to imagine that there are a lot more people that are suffering from this than we would even imagine, man. I guarantee you, you know. And I mean, we all know the folks who just don't like crowds. You know, they kind of get anxious around big crowds and don't want to be at those kind of events. But, you know, there's some folks don't want to leave the crib, man. And guess what? With the way life's set up, don't have to.
Right. And I'll say this. We got a new show called Travelmatic. And they talked about today a remote job that pays you $10,000. It's a program where they pay you to move to Tulsa, and basically you work remote. So like, there's so many opportunities that's out there.
Hold on. They say what?
10,000. 10? No.
I don't know how
10,000 flat.
For how long?
It's tax money. It's some type of program.
I'm to say that's a month.
Y'all finna say
that's just one time. That's a one-time payment. That's one time.
I got to get hired every month.
Wow, every month.
Right, I got to get rehired every other month.
Yeah, they're gonna pay me in ones here because that's all that's gonna cover for me.
Bands.
And I don't know, but Oral Roberts is in Tulsa, so I don't know what kind of club they got down there. I don't know. You got to pray first.
Earl Roberts.
Yeah, I don't know if you got to pray first.
Listen to his name.
I don't know if they do a love offering after they get off the pole. I don't know what they do.
They do a love offering, all right. That's the boom boom room offering right there.
hey, that's my song right there, boy. Roddy's boom boom room, love it.
Boom boom.
Initial thoughts, Wilkes.
No, I just thought it was one of those typical things, like, you know, Google's always listening to you. You know, I mean, matter of fact, I've had conversations with people at work, haven't even Googled or looked up a certain item, and it's in my feed, it's in my stream. So I mean,
no doubt,
the apps, somebody's always listening. And and from what I gathered from this, was she like some kind of analyst? Like, I guess when people ask the smart
error came up.
When
they fix the error.
When it gets wrong, she's the one in there going in and doing the exception. Right. She's clearing the stuff. So from the next time you ask Kimi what's happening, she'll know what that means. You know.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, somebody's always listening. Somebody's always watching. So it was. And of course, when I watched it, I thought about Rear Window. I thought about Disturbia. All those movies like that, where it's like you're watching somebody from a window, or you witness a murder, you know, or something happened over the phone, or you picked up on something. So it was okay for what it was. I mean, it wasn't terribly bad. I got it. I didn't go into it thinking like it was just going to be explosive, you know. I mean, she got agoraphobia. I mean, she's not going. Actually, I didn't think she was going to leave the apartment at all. Actually, I thought it was just going to kind of take place like around the neighborhood and in the apartment, but I got what they were trying to do with it. And then of course I was wondering, did they do this during the pandemic like was it filmed during the pandemic? But it came out this year, but they kind of played on that pandemic of people.
I think they played.
I think it was afterwards, though, right?
So they kind of. Oh, and another thing that I noticed, it looked like one of those typical, kind of COVID kind of situations where some people were wearing masks, some people weren't wearing masks. Yep. The bus in the background said mask required. It was almost like a controlled movie. Everything was being controlled. You know, like we tell you to do this or that or whatever. Even the train, the subway train, it said something about soundtrack. I thought, or track sound or something. I thought that was kind of interesting because once again, something is always tracking you or listening to you or finding your GPS. So those little small things they were putting in the background. But I mean, I thought it was okay.
And speaking to the control angle, that's not surprising considering the level of actors you have in this movie, right? You don't have no heavy hitters that's going to be doing a whole bunch of improv or ad lib or anything like that. So they're going to follow what they've been told to do. So yeah, I can get with that. But no, I thought it was a neat little deal, a neat concept, you know, because you're not talking about this sort of stuff very often. And we've talked before about when a movie is filmed in one location, that you give them a little extra credit because of the difficulty with which that is to do, right? You know, it's hard to film in one location and pull it off. So
and on a budget,
you know, so I thought they did well considering, right? You know, they still were able to get over the concepts without having to spell it out specifically. You know, they were able to get the concepts over through a scene or through a picture or through whatever, you know. So I was with it. I had no problem with it, you know, from the beginning. Again, a lot of movies, they gonna move a little slow early, you know. While they setting some stuff up. So you got to kind of expect that first 15, 20 minutes.
And to Keisha's question, I think she's right about that because I felt like when she went to that place, those guys that were in that flashback or whatever, those were the guys that were chasing her. They were in that.
And those were the guys that were, they were involved with what happened to the lady, but also when she kind of disappeared and those guys came, it was two.
Absolutely.
Yeah, two synonymous that. But A-Trap, initial thoughts.
Thank you, Alfred. That's what I needed for this.
Damn, what is that? Hold on.
What is
Blue sky?
That man got blue sky over there.
Take it to the head.
The blue sky vodka?
Yeah.
You got to open it first, though. The cap's still on that motherfucker.
Oh, no, it's open.
It's empty. He was drinking it during the movie.
He was a little empty.
That's why I had to drink. That's why I had to drink to get through this damn movie. But
shout out to Wifey.
Yeah, there you go, Erica.
If
you're not safe, she said that that's what she telling you is that if you keep looking at her like that again, she gonna show you what she learned about that nail gun.
Take that bass out your voice.
Helping me in trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But man, I hated this damn movie. It was like The Matrix meets MacGyver meets the Shadow. What's the movie with Jodie Foster when she had the secure door?
The Panic Room.
Panic Room. I couldn't think of it. I mean, I got the point, and I was digging it because I'm a conspiracy theorist. But I would watch this shit again.
Not MacGyver.
There's so many angles you could have took this.
Maybe MacGruber.
I'm talking about now all of a sudden Clint Eastwood with the damn nail gun. It's like, come on, lady.
Well, hold on. Let me say this. She, if you remember in the movie, she got assaulted. Nothing ever happened. So I think she had an emergency plan already in place.
Well,
I think it just looked like that, but I think she had that already in her mind because she said, "Play this music, do this, do that."
And at some point, she's like, "I'm not gonna lay down and take that again."
Right. But also, too, remember what she told the guy upstairs that her dad was like a carpenter or something, or he taught her like.
But you too scared to take your ass. You can do all this Superman stuff. You too scared to take your ass outside, though.
Yeah.
She wasn't too scared to get out there when she opened that door for that dick. I mean, she didn't hesitate then.
She didn't go nowhere. All she had to do was open the door. She didn't step one foot out.
Hesitate though. She opened the door.
I opened the door and assumed the position, face down, butt up. That's the way we like it.
Yeah.
I think we are about to get put off of BS3 network, and we gonna have to go to HBO Max here so we can get away with some of the time.
Bro, y'all wilding. Hey, it's been 2 weeks.
She turned that key quick.
It's been 2 weeks.
I ain't got no drawers on. That's why she had them big drawers on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, we have failed at the beginning of the show to point out A-Trap has a new name.
Yes.
Hey, Rap.
It does.
We want to talk about that real quick.
Yeah, where did that come from, man?
Mary and Keisha.
The Keisha.
Can I make just one small suggestion before you get married? Smash first.
Oh, no. Hey, man, I'm with the Lord. I'm with the Lord.
Yeah, we'll spit that out.
It's the Lord way.
Haven't you seen the 10 Commandments?
Thou shalt not.
Haven't you seen the movie? What about when Moses parted the Red Sea? See, we was told as Christians, whenever you go on a date with a chick and y'all Netflix and chilling and you watching that movie, whenever he parted the Red Sea, that's when the legs parted. Right after that, that's the
signal right there.
The fake Moses.
Yeah, and see, there's a metaphor. The ride is the metaphor for your ride.
Do you see the last post?
Confirmation is in the room. Please, go, Erica, get out of here.
I'm so sorry. We just trying to sell Gatorade or something, man. I don't know, man.
There it is. There it is, right there. There it is.
Wow. Ooh.
That's right. Tell everybody at the shop, Negro.
At the shop.
It is.
Oh, no.
Somebody said no. Who? I think that's Theodora.
Internationally known, locally respected.
Theodora.
Yeah.
All right.
The dugout is now open.
Y'all finna. What is?
No, Ben, you should have saw the way Ben looked.
Ben, man,
the chief over there.
He ain't been watching The Sopranos for the show got started.
We got to help the wife and the daughter out over there because he be trying to turn into King Kong over there. You need to calm down, sir.
He's about to pull the whole production down.
Stay with us. Yeah. He's about to start throwing ring lights. He was about to start turning ring lights down and umbrella lights down here because he was hearing the echo. And he was like Mommy Dearest with them hangers with that echo, wasn't he?
Like, whoa, calm down, man. Calm down. Yeah. Yes.
Did y'all see the Lauryn Hill painting in the background?
Yeah, I wonder why they kept blocking it out like that though. It's like they're blocking it.
Probably
NFT. It was a white painting, and it had Lauryn Hill.
But it was perfect. Like they had it blocked out perfectly.
They had a flower in front. I don't understand that part, but it was like a concert. You sure that's the NFT now?
Maybe. I mean, that's the only reason I could think of them blocking it out. Because if it's an NFT, you not only would have to pay Lauren, you would have to pay everybody who owns a portion of the NFT.
Yeah,
and I think it was a concert. It was like a concert flyer is what it looked
like. Well, maybe sometimes in situations like that, you got to think of this. Sometimes when they're trying not to be too obvious, they're obvious and they're trying not to be obvious by covering it up and making sure you don't get to see it and stuff like that. So they too smart for their own britches sometimes.
Neither short a movie. 10 Commandments took too long to get to the part of the scene. That is okay.
It's called foreplay.
That is not.
You gotta have a little foreplay, man.
You gotta grease it up first.
Yeah, man.
Not me. I'm going in.
Come on, hey,
I'm going in.
You gotta water the gates before you go in. Kind of,
Wow, yeah, you don't want your seed dry. Hell, you got to.
I mean, damn. Now, do you want your seed? Do you want your seed
laughing for the past 15 minutes?
No. Did they talk about why her and her mom had friction? I mean, it seemed like her mom was annoyed.
Well,
because her mom, this alpha chick that, like she's considered it weakness that you can't leave the house and you need to go get the therapy and you need to, I think that was it more than anything.
I think her mom was part of the, I got the impression that her mom was part of the reason that the police didn't take the assault serious. Because her mom had that kind of get over it kind of mentality. You know, like in most situations when somebody gets sexually assaulted, well,
right there you go.
He didn't have me watching great TV all these years, so
right.
I'm
who have
Joe from Houston. He got me watching Law and Order SVU.
Oh, okay, that's a good show.
That's a
Rape TV. And in most cases with sexual assault, there's always somebody who's doubting them.
Right, that's right.
So I'm thinking her mom was playing that role.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Did y'all peep the Auto Technic headphones? We already talked about the Apple placement. But
I have some of those. They're pretty good.
And they had it. Yeah, I got these on right now. They had it like perfectly placed. Perfectly placed, like everywhere. What's he say? What's this? What's her sisters look like? Harp.
What's her sisters do?
You talking about?
Oh, Keisha.
Don't worry about my sister-in-laws, Negro.
In other words, he don't know.
I'll talk to him in a minute.
Yeah,
I know what she looked like.
That's
all that counts.
Now, did y'all peep the bottle of kombucha that was on the counter, and it was like perfectly hanging off the counter? I didn't get that, but it fell later on in the movie, so I don't know if that had some type of weird connection.
How is that even possible? Like I don't.
Yeah, that wasn't even. That's not even gravity.
Hey, remember when? Well, y'all not old enough, but Dawk and some of the people in the chat room remember when they ran out of money for Malcolm X and Spike Lee got Michael Jordan with that damn Malcolm X hat, and they started selling them hats.
They started going crazy. Yeah. I remember. That hat sold. Yeah, that hat was going crazy.
Now the same. I don't know if I said this yet. But the same director that did this, going full circle again. No sudden move. He did No Sudden Move, which we reviewed that, and he did the Oceans films.
He better be glad.
And he did Concrete Cowboy.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say that name looked. Yeah,
with Idris Elba.
Oh no. He didn't direct that, but the dude Byron Bowers was in it.
Okay,
he was in it. He was in No Sudden Moves and Concrete Cowboy. So you know how certain actors, certain directors will get certain actors to continue to play certain parts, and they did.
Right.
Yeah.
Spike Lee with old boy who played
LeBron Daddy,
the criminal. What's the name? Yeah, the crime boss.
Lindo being a lot of Spike Lee joints. Director films with his iPhone. Now, when she left the house, what the way the camera was just shaking, it was my eyes was getting.
Well, it was trying to show how fidgety she was, and you notice how she was always walking right up against the side of the wall. If it was a wide hallway, she was all the way to the right, just in case somebody passed. She was never going to be close to her. The fact that every time she did if I do this, what am I doing? I'm drying the
hand sanitizer.
Drying the hand sanitizer. That's what she was doing the whole time. But this was, again, you got to look at this. This is a famed director, Steven Soderbergh, and it was distributed by Warner Brothers Picture and New Line Cinema. So they wasn't no small time. This is big company stuff, right? And Steven Soderbergh, this is kind of his thing, right? He always takes a movie, or a concept, and do a movie around it, right? He's done some mental things before, isolationism. He did, I don't know if this movie was called Crash, or he done did some movies like that, to where he takes a mental break. And the movie is around that, he kind of digs that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because Crash was definitely in its own lane. It had a lot of heavy hitters in there, and it kind of connected things together.
Is it the joint with Ludacris and Matt Dillon? I
think Ludacris was in it. Gosh, I can't think of it. One of the
Is it Matt Dillon or Matt Dillon?
Matt Dillon. I felt like he's dead now. I can't think of his name.
Traffic is the other. Traffic is the other.
Crash
mental
was another
kind of movie that he did.
Well, he didn't do Crash. That was
Unsane is another movie that he did. Unsane.
I haven't seen that one.
So he's the dude that's really like being on the mental health kind of deal, you know.
Andy Newton. I can't think of that other guy's name.
Appreciate Big Illinois said his last 3 films were made with
Dennis Harper. Dennis Harper was in one of them, but he's dead now. I think he was in Crash, I thought.
Yeah, he did the Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 13. Aaron Brockovich, Magic Mike.
Shit in the ocean.
Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Just your basic Oceans when he brought the females in. Out of Sight. Side Effects is another mental movie. The Girlfriend. The Laundromat. Contagion.
I don't think I heard
Haywire. The Informant. You know, so
quite a bit.
Yeah, he's a for real dude, you know.
Now, did you guys figure out who the stalker guy across the street was?
You know, I thought he was
former child actor.
Really? I didn't look it up. He looked familiar, but I didn't look him up.
He was in Home Alone.
That's Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin's brother, the chubby guy.
Really?
That was him, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even look.
I thought he was from Sandlot.
I've never seen Home Alone. So.
Yeah, well, that's
Sam.
Probably me.
Every fat kid ain't a fat adult, man. I thought he was from Sandlot.
I don't know about that. I'm an example.
That was a good movie, though.
I thought he did a good job at that role too.
He did,
because I think he suffered from agoraphobia as well. Because he was, you know, because he told her, he's like, you're like me.
Yeah, he suffered from no coochie phobia.
Same thing. Yeah,
he saved her life.
You go gory on the coochie, so you know. Yeah. Hey, didn't Dawk just say that? He sound like a murder in his house.
Yeah, he murdered himself. He sexually assaulted himself.
Hey man, all of he got the hand puppet, man. Leave the man alone with his hand puppet. That's all he's got.
Like it owe him money.
Got hand love, man. It's okay. Let him have his hand.
Hey, we are live right now on Roku BS3 TV. Make sure to add that on your Roku TV or device. Also, we have BS.
We're gonna be the reason why they start making you give a rating in these motherfuckers.
True.
Also, make sure to like, subscribe, click that notification bell. We're live on multiple YouTube channels right now. Queen 3 and King, BSV Network, of course, and Charm City TV, our newest show. What's on Eagle's Mind?
What's that?
Yeah, it came on Sunday.
Chocolate City TV? What's that?
That's Chocolate City now.
Oh, Charm City, man.
Charm City.
Like, what? It's like, man, we in the
I'm working on just stay with me. I'm working on some Chocolate City TV. Just give me a moment, man. I'm working on it. I gotta get them
comfy. Yeah, you're right.
PS3 after dark.
Yeah, really.
I'm working on it, man. Just give me a moment.
Yeah.
Like BET, you fall asleep and you wake up. You're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hip drill, baby.
What's this?
Yeah.
Wow. On the contrary, she saved his life. Stop it. Cut it out.
When he got stabbed and she put the towel on.
How did he get stabbed?
Saving her life.
Okay.
Thank you. And he stabbed who after that? Right.
Oh, true.
No,
okay, hold on. How did that dude got stabbed in the chest, right?
No, in the stomach, man.
How did he
pull
it? Was here.
His chest.
Oh, the bad guy.
He just pulled it. I'm gonna run away now.
Boy, if you don't get your goof at.
Right.
Come on,
exactly.
That part
right in the non-lethal area of the chest.
Yeah, that looked like a direct hit to the heart to me. I'm like, come on.
He just pulled it out and started running around like everything was all good.
He pulled it out. I got stabbed. Like, okay. Boy, you pull it out your chest, you're going to be looking like a hog.
She must have been hitting some vital areas with that nail gun.
Was he killed the black dude for taking Zoe? Why they didn't show
what they didn't show? Yeah, I'm not figuring out what he's saying.
After they went to that food truck, they probably, I'm with Stalker Buddy. Like, he took mine and I done got stabbed about this damn girl.
BS3 uncut.
We already uncut.
Yes.
Butt naked under our clothes.
One thing I could relate to, and Wilkes could probably relate to it too, or anybody that's ever worked from home with kids, is when the guy was talking to, when she was talking to his boss.
Yeah.
And it was like, shut up, be quiet.
Yeah. And it's so funny. And that's why I said a lot of that was a play on the pandemic because a lot of the parents,
it was relatable.
It was relatable in the meetings and the teachers, and they got kids in the background and you're in the middle of a meeting and you yelling. I mean, it was definitely playing off of that pandemic.
I did like the fact that he yelled at his children like a parent instead of a movie parent.
Yeah, right.
Well,
right.
He told her he was like, "Man, I'm gonna take all your shit."
But he said, "I'm gonna take all of it, put it in the trash bag."
Put it in the trash bag.
That's a black parent too. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take everything out of your room and put it in the trash bag.
No,
put it in a box and sit it outside.
That was definitely something that I was like, oh gosh, I've heard that. Hell, even when I was working from home during 2020, the people that were calling in to talk to us, they're yelling at, "Oh, sorry, I'm working from home. I got kids." I'm like, it's okay. Yeah. Trust me, I got it. So.
Oh, then when you have a Zoom meeting and your daughter's doing an army crawl in the background, like nobody can see it. They can still see you, Ari. They can still see you.
Sorry, it's a wide lens. It's a wide lens.
It'd been better if he'd have said,
"Good evening, family."
Or just turned around and told you better shut your white mouth.
You better shut your white mouth. I ain't playing with you. That's what he should have told me.
That's what he should have said.
Man.
Now, I think that also added a dynamic in this is you remember when she said that she was a moderator for Facebook too. And the stuff that's on Facebook that doesn't actually get onto Facebook is all types of gory stuff. So I think her mind was already it was already messed up, but I think the job that she did and doing moderating for Facebook probably made her not want to go outside even more. I mean, she had pills she was taking and panic attack.
What was up with the Romanian dude? What was his deal?
Well, he was the tech support for the same company she worked for.
What? Okay, why does she have so many? She had like the internet for the whole building. You see all them cords?
She had a whole little she had a whole little network room. I'm like, that got a network.
I guess that's because of the sexual assault. She's trying to watch everything around her, so can't nothing come in and get her.
Oh yeah, because remember she was upset at boy, why you didn't buzz? You have to buzz in before you come up.
Buzz in before you get the draw.
Yeah.
Well, I use my dick to buzz. Can I get in?
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Why every time I'm meeting with my boss, my son's screaming his ass off? I ain't feed him in 5 minutes. Look at your space. Go what space?
Huh? Erica don't need to be on the show tonight. Erica don't need to be on the show tonight.
Space.
Oh no.
That's why you're looking around at your table and shit to see it.
I don't know. I don't know what space you talking about.
Man, show MacGyver on your space. Rigged it.
You man.
Put a bomb on your space.
Well, it is messy.
You finna blow up in a minute.
Oh, don't be talking. Hey, that's what that means. He got a messy space. He over there talking about her baby. Look at your space, Nick, bro.
She's talking about all these cords I got over here. It's not as many that was in Kimi.
Yeah.
Now, Kimi had like she had.
That's an OSHA regulation. That's an OSHA violation over there. Yeah.
No clear path. No clear path.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So basically, I think probably to H.R.'s point, she became an at-home detective overnight. Maybe that's where you're MacGyver. She's trying to figure out what's going on.
She was the internet lady.
Damn. Not only that, the way she rigged the nail gun.
Yeah,
that's a MacGyver reference right there. Yeah.
Hey, it worked. She was lighting them boys up.
Yeah, as soon as he stuck his head through that crawl space, whoop.
It was a wrap.
Got it.
Now, I didn't think, to Wilkes' point, I didn't think she was going to lead a house at all. Because even when she was Natalie Chowdhury, the lady that was the head of whatever that department was, I didn't think she was going to leave at that point because he kept trying to say, let's talk on the phone. I can send you the file. But I think immediately when she got in there with the scan drive, she knew that if she gave it to him, it was going to get thrown away. It was going to get shredded or stepped on or something. So,
and of course, the FBI, she never was. She had no intention to call the FBI or meet with the FBI.
She probably didn't have the FBI number.
Yeah,
right. Probably.
Now let's rewind back a little bit. At the beginning of the movie, the guy that was the CEO, was he the CEO of her company?
I feel
I
like
think so.
I feel like he was the rapist, but I don't know if that was him or not.
Yeah, he was the rapist because
definitely
that's
the
why he was
rapist,
paying that dude to cover up.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I thought.
Okay, because I thought he was the CEO of the company. He didn't want the company to get in trouble.
He may be, but I mean, I felt like he was on that call.
Some people like that. Some people
let's go ahead and get to the beauty of the week since we done had three references now to Kimi skinniness.
All right,
yeah,
let's get
poor, man. She wasn't poor, she was poor. She didn't need the other OR.
Yeah.
All right. Beauty of the week.
Well, you said some people like that. I don't see none of your beauty of the week selections being that skinny. Like Keisha said, like Bill said, the reason why Zoe Isabella Kravitz is not our beauty of the week is because she is rail thin. In the community, we call this a waif. She is way fish. Okay, I didn't know Zoe Kravitz was this skinny before this movie. Seriously, no idea.
She always been like that.
But was she a little bigger in Batman? I feel like she wasn't that big in Batman.
No, she was there some tight stuff.
Okay, so maybe that was the first time. Well, no, here's the deal. See, what's funny about this is I actually saw this movie before we reviewed it. Me reviewing it on Sunday when I watched, that was my second time watching it. And as I got started in it, I said to myself, wait a minute. I done started this movie before. And I got about 3/4 of the way through. So part of my review is it's very forgettable. Because obviously, if it was any good, I'd have remembered it.
You would have remembered it, yeah.
But one thing, though.
Yeah.
Only time your drawers is baggy is when they ain't been washed.
No, that ain't the only time. The other times is if you ain't filling them motherfuckers up. You know, that's
you can't buy the smallest size.
Any woman in no baggy drawers.
Well, period panties sometimes.
She got period panties.
No, even period panties clutching.
He ain't clutching. Why you do this to say clutching? You didn't have to make no kind of signals.
What kind of Harvey Weinstein is this?
You didn't have to make no signals. Obviously he's an ass man because he's doing this when he's saying clutching.
Hey man, we black. All us ass men. It's natural.
Wow. There go out here, Erica. Tell Erica to quit laughing in the background.
It's funny. It's funny.
Tell Erica she's not supposed to be listening to the show tonight.
Right.
Lady Kev is on drugs.
Like some ratings from last week. She is.
Yeah. If he means fine as in frog hair, yeah.
So no, she is. I had no idea she was that skinny. I mean, in fact, she's attractive. She's cute, right? You know. I mean, hell, her mama and dad is Lisa Bonet and Lenny Kravitz. So, you know, she's you know, her mama. If her mama was in this movie, oh, we on a whole different. What, you got a problem with Lisa Bonet?
That's her twin.
No cheeks either.
That's her twin anyway, though.
Let me explain something to you. It's a difference. It is a difference. You remember when the guy we painted the picture of him standing at the stage talking about you is nasty, right? That's where Lisa Bonet gets some credit at because she is nasty, and I give you 2 or 3 points for that. So anyway, but needless to say, Zoe Kravitz is not our beauty of the week, but who is our beauty of the week? The Boomerang, hell. That's all I can think about was that set you wearing in Boomerang. That is our beauty of the week. The one the only Robin Givens, our beauty of the week. Our beauty of the week.
We got 2 thumbs down.
Tyson
I
Killer.
don't care. Say that again.
Nobody like her boot mouth ass.
I was just saying that's the Tyson Killer. But
Yeah.
she's nice.
I mean,
I've never liked her
and
boot
she
mouth
really
ass.
only had.
She's still nice though. She's still nice.
She only had about 5 minutes, if that much, in this movie. She wasn't actually physically in the movie. She was
She
on
had
the
like
phone.
2 scenes. She had like 2
She had
scenes.
like 2
Like,
scenes,
was,
Yeah, I wonder what her celebrity net worth is. She probably hurting right now. So let's go ahead and do that celebrity net worth.
probably -4.
The website that future
Beautiful
billionaires
institute.
use. Let's see, celebrity net worth, Robin Givens. Because I might can get with her, see it if she ain't. Oh yeah, I'm good. She on that. Her net worth is 1 million.
What?
So she's
Well,
struggling.
she hadn't been in anything in a while.
So she needs some help then.
Yeah.
So
Well, I hadn't been in anything for a few weeks or so, so I'd be more than happy.
Hey.
You can have
Step right up.
Man,
I'm gonna pay her back for what she did to Mike.
I'm cool.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
I'm gonna punish her for what she did to Mike.
He said punish her.
Thank you, Will. Mayhem understands me. Ben wanted to laugh but knew he couldn't.
Nah, I got you. Don't worry.
I never thought she was pop. Yeah, I ain't never thought she was on.
Yeah, but let me just say this. This is a really good discussion, right? Because check it out. When she was in Boomerang and Halle Berry, it was like I was kept screaming at the TV, fool, Halle Berry looked 10 times better than she looked in Boomerang. If I was Ed, I wouldn't be going for Robin Givens when I had Halle Berry in the house, especially that Halle Berry.
Yeah, but it seemed like they purposely made her look baggy, and they made Robin Givens look like was the piece.
Yeah, but Robin Givens, she's she ain't.
Because they had Halle Berry in there, like she was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, like she was the gym teacher or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Frumpy.
Robin Givens ain't done shit since Steve Harvey show.
Man.
See, y'all forgot she was on the
Voyage.
Steve Harvey show.
So yeah, we put her million. We put her million with my. We put her million with my 2. Shit, we'll be 3 together on net worth. So I'm gonna help her out. I need to get a prenup on her ass. Hell, shit. And she done been in movies. I done been in the forecast.
Your ass would be homeless. You be sleeping in that damn Prince room.
Yeah, she gonna try to move in, man. She gonna try to make her clean.
You gonna try to take over.
I'm gonna get her back for what she did to Iron Mike.
Yeah.
Now you can keep her. She need to go back. She ain't never looked like that to me, man.
But that shit, what other choices did I have? You want me to give it to Rita Wilson all that?
Give it to Zoe.
Erica.
Hey, Rita Wilson, they need to bring that camera
and so
back.
let me just say this.
That camera was too close.
Let me just say this. I'm going to tell you how this movie was unrealistic. Because when old boy, his name is Byron. I don't know what his name was in this movie. Byron Bowers. When he was smashing it the first time, they were trying to make it seem like he was back there smashing and making it clap. She ain't got no clap shit on her. So that's unrealistic as hell. He wasn't smashing it like that.
That man was hitting all pelvic.
Somebody would have had to be back there doing this.
Hey, you know what pissed me off about this movie?
That man was hitting all pelvic. Hey, that pelvic hurt, man. That little meat around that pelvic.
Boy, it'll cut you in half. It'll cut you in half.
Hey, that pelvic will take you out, man.
I know. So that ain't bad, man.
You know what pissed me off about this movie?
What's that?
Homeboy came back to apologize. He got them flowers, right?
Yeah.
Now she already done cussed you out for showing up unannounced and not getting in when you can. Yeah. And she calling the police, and he's standing there like, what? Ain't no black man standing there while your ass calling the police. I'd have hit her ass in the head with flowers and ran.
Why he didn't come in? He just stayed outside.
He told her to wait, and she was like making a call, and
then she calling the police, and I done came in unannounced twice. Hell no, hey, tell it
You
to my
got
ass.
you got
I'm out
3
of
bodies in there. Oh no, I'm good.
And then she talking about it's 3 dead people in here. Nah, I ain't going to jail with you.
You're right.
And you ain't washing your ass in them dirty drawers. Hey man. I bet you go the rest of your life.
She was super
not
clean
though.
though.
Like baggy drawers like that.
A month hand sanitizer in the shower she was taking. She was
she should have been sanitizing her ass because them drawers. I ain't never seen nobody no baggy drawers.
Man, H-Rap says she got cheek taint. Tainty cheeks.
All right, so we have a new black.
Erica's not watching this episode, right? Erica's not watching this episode.
Say that again. Hey, what'd you say, Will?
I said Erica's not watching this episode, right?
No.
You'll edit this episode?
Yeah, one more look, fellas. Enjoy. And at that age, looking like that, I got no problem with it.
I mean,
all right, let's get into our black-owned business of the week, and we'll be right back to finish off Kimi.
Here, make Taste Buds Popcorn your one-stop shop for all your gift-giving needs. We offer the perfect solution to make your holiday gifting pop. Corporate gifts, holiday gifts, gifts for your staff and coworkers. With options like tins, sampler trios, gift boxes, or individual bags, we can make your gift-giving memorable this year. Amazing holiday flavors are available for a limited time. White chocolate peppermint, snickerdoodle, pumpkin spice latte, gingerbread, eggnog, and many more. Taste Buds Popcorn has been seen on NBC, Fox, and CBS. Winner of Retailer of the Year, Best of Weddings for the Knot magazine, and featured in Food Network magazine.
All right, so tastebudsconcord.com, or if you're in the North Carolina area, definitely go check that out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some shit down here. I didn't know there was a black-owned business till they started playing the band at the end. Shit, then I knew. Okay, they got the HBCU shit rocking. I know they black-owned, man.
DJ Knox in the building. Thank you for tuning in.
Show killer.
CJ said, "Nah, for her age, she bad." Wifey says, "Yes, I watch most of the episodes. It's all good." Bill Harvey, I know what egg is. What the hell is nog? I don't know. Have to look that up.
Eggnog flavored popcorn.
Yeah. All right, so
what the fuck is nog?
I don't know either.
I like eggnog. And I know
what is nog? What is nog?
You see me have some eggnog. I love some eggnog.
Yeah, me too. I knew you did. I didn't have to ask that question. And Jack in the Box in the holiday, they come out with an eggnog shake. Have you had it? Have you had it?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, son.
Hey, I'm right there.
Jack in the Box in Illinois since 75.
Really?
Jack in the
There's one at the very bottom of Illinois.
Them horse meat tacos. Them horse meat tacos, man. Oh, they off the chain.
Hey, them rat burgers, man. They all.
No, man. Those are missing kid tacos.
Either way, anyway. They tender. They must be some young missing kids there.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, so the movie pretty much started. The movie pretty much started when she heard that call. The detective work she did on that, man. She got all these different equipment.
She got
the sound.
She got the tech guy.
Oh, right.
To help.
She went Bruce
Wayne.
Liked
her, right? So he liked her, so he helping her until he went to her social media profile and said, "Your social media ain't shit." You know, ain't no real pictures.
What was he calling her?
What did he say? Who makes fake profiles online? She's like, everybody does.
What was he calling her? Crazy girl? Or
he like that.
I'm a sexy girl or something, a fake sexy or something like that.
Something like that. He was calling.
Horrible.
Yeah, he was funny.
Funky girl is what he should have been called.
So that was about when it started, and she started to dig deeper and all of that. And then what I had in my notes was what a crazy way to kidnap somebody. Like the way they were in that out in the open, and they're like, "Hey, over here.
But they
over
wasn't
here.
paying no attention. Oh, then protesters got her. Yeah, they helped her.
The protesters, but the second time that they got her too, when they were like, "Hey, there you are."
Oh yeah,
she
yeah.
was like,
Well, she was. I think
that was
she was
stupid.
focused. On
Got
that,
him.
She was focused on that other guy, and he ended up looking for somebody else. And then that woman came out of nowhere.
So before we get too far away from her waifish nature, Zoe Kravitz is dating Channing Tatum currently, and black people don't even care. We like saying you can have that one because she's too skinny, I guess. So that
Channing Tatum, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Channing Tatum is a hot commodity for the white girl, so I'm sure they is upset. The white girls is upset, but the black dudes ain't like, okay, you can have that one there. Get out of the way.
He should date Lizzo too.
Who's dating
Lizzo?
He should date Lizzo.
No, he said you can take Lizzo too. Wow,
that's ridiculous, man.
Now I'm putting the right words in his mouth.
Did you say
you can take Lizzo too?
Yeah.
Yeah, we leave her music.
You can take that too.
There's a reason she plays the flute. Sorry.
God,
sorry,
man. She ridiculous.
You're not sorry, so stop lying.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm not sorry.
It's too late.
Yeah, sorry, not sorry.
She big chops, man.
Huh?
She big chops, man.
What you mean?
Everything about her. She like a big ass pork chop.
Wow.
Her whole thing. Her whole thing is she does stuff, and then when people make fun of her, she gets sensitive. But you put yourself out there. You know, you put yourself out on the internet. You
with your booty out.
It don't matter who it is. They make fun of everybody on the internet. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You're right. Somebody got to do it. Hey, shout out to Elijah.
What's up, Elijah?
And he was on the show Saturday. In Defense of Life. Make sure to check that out.
Elijah's not in Texas no more, isn't he?
No, he's in Georgia.
Okay.
But he comes here once a month to teach gun training class. So
me too.
Sloppy chops, more frequent now.
Mother chops.
Lizzo, yeah, I agree with you.
She's
tainted,
she is definitely. She's tainted. Yeah, she's tainted.
She should be.
She's dramatic.
I like her.
Yeah,
she is.
I like her to put on some more clothes. I like her to perform in a tent from here down.
So what when they say it again?
Don't say it again.
I can hear him.
Keep moving.
I said I would like her to perform.
We said
hey. Now that
and I'm fat. It ain't like I'm being fat biased. I'm fat.
Right.
Yeah.
In other words, what he's saying is just because you can, you should.
Yeah, but it's
right.
like,
Just because they make it in your size.
It's like, no, I'm good fat. You're not good fat, is what he's trying to say.
You're avocado fat. You're bacon fat. Okay, good fat. Healthy fat.
Hey man,
healthy fat. I'm a healthy fat.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
What was that they were chanting?
A muscle shirt, slap me too.
What was that they were chanting? Sound like they said "stop the sweep," or were they saying "stop the steal"? I couldn't understand.
I don't know what they were saying. It sounded like "stop the steal," but
on the protesters.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. I wasn't listening to that.
But I don't know if I seen or heard anybody get kidnapped twice and get away both times. Yeah. Well, she was. The first time they weren't.
The movie.
And this is what's funny to me, right? The second time she had just got drugged with these needles,
right?
And then when he tell you to run, just because he said run, your ass snapped out of it, and she gonna do like this, like that ain't never helped nobody in life. Just because you shake your head don't make you okay after that.
Everybody knows you can't. Yeah, everybody knows you can't shake.
Let me shake my head real quick so my legs will come back together. Boxers all over the world would be shaking their head when they get hurt in the ring, so their legs will come back.
Hey, Bill Cosby, know you can't shake off roofies.
See?
Wow.
There you go. My man, thank you.
A-Trap got a problem with this. Go ahead, A-Trap, get it.
Hey, man, the way, I'm not a
He dogging Dr. Cosby, man. We not allowing that.
he did
Hey,
do
Ben
some
has
of
offended
that.
two. Ben has offended
did
two people
do
we
some
like
of
today: Erica and Bill Cosby.
I'll fight about Erica, but Bill Cosby.
What's over there, Jenny?
Bill Cosby.
I don't think he sprinkled it. Why you sprinkle it, man? That's what I don't get. Did you see when he loaded?
Hey, man.
You wouldn't
You
be good at this. You wouldn't be good at this.
You gotta do something salty,
He did
man.
not sprinkle it. All of it ain't gonna go in if you sprinkle it, man.
Hey, if you're a professional, you will.
You gotta funnel it in. You gotta funnel it.
He's been doing it for a minute.
Man, might have won.
So,
might have won.
That whole scene in the apartment, which I felt that went by, to me, it went by.
Yeah, why would you run back in your apartment? I wouldn't
do
run
have
in
She didn't know somebody was in there though. That's why she ran.
They
back.
don't
But
care.
I
You
do
run
have a
into a
question.
place to where they can get in your apartment.
She don't
This
know her
in Fort
neighbors.
Knox.
She
It
don't
ain't
know her
about
na-
who in there.
How do they know?
That
How do they know
wouldn't
to go
work.
to the
That
guy
wouldn't
across
But I'm
the-
with Ben.
That wouldn't have worked.
That was
Would've
a
got
safe
snatched.
place.
I must have missed it. But how did they get the guy across the way there, the alley, or the little across the street?
What
I
you
don't remember
mean?
how they got him.
Oh, you talking about the neighbor?
Kevin, the guy they
Stalker
stabbed.
Bob.
Well, he was. Remember when they were bringing her in, he came up and walked up to her and said, "Oh, hey, how you doing?"
Yes,
You
But
know,
how
and
did he
stuff,
get
trying to play like
upstairs,
he didn't
though?
know.
that's
Because he
right.
got stabbed. So unless they carried him upstairs.
Oh,
He
yeah,
used
they
his
got
eye.
it.
He used that
Oh.
eye shit.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. He came upstairs on his own because the
They
other two
wasn't
guys were running behind her. So I guess he came up there on his own.
He was trying to go help her,
He
probably.
was trying to help her. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's
he
probably
thought it was
watching
rape.
the
He
whole
was trying to
thing
get
from the
in.
window. He was
Yeah.
probably
Yeah, he saw
Lee
what was
Harvey
going
Oswald
down.
He
watching.
thought it was
from
going to be a
the-
gang rape. He wanted to get in.
Well,
I'm through, man.
we saw that on Alice. So
I'm through, man. There go Erica again.
Erica does not need to be watching this show.
But look here. She's not even watching it the traditional way. She watching this shit from stage left.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
Hey,
Behind the curtain.
if she laughing, it's funny.
Oh yeah, I know. She not getting no courtesy.
He's getting everything that falls on the floor.
I think it's that we're just not comfortable with her hearing us in this mode. We want her to think we're good people.
I have
Especially
no
me.
problem.
She don't know
You
I'm
know
missing.
me. I have no issue. Ben knows.
Yeah.
So the fact she just
knows what she's
This
producing.
is just show business for me. I'm not. These views expressed are not my own. These are King Dawk. Ivan don't think this way.
Well, Ben knows I'm like this at work, so
yeah.
H and
Ugly,
K
ugly
rappers
kids
like
and all. Ugly
oh
kids
yes.
and all.
Oh yes.
So the fact she just nonchalant just killed 3 people and then just hold on a second. What's your name again? Oh, your name's Bob. And then she just pick up the phone and just call like
The only problem I had with this movie, I have to say it is the weirdest problem.
The loose draws.
No, not the loose draws, but the nail gun. Every nail gun I've seen was an air nail gun, or a battery powered. How was this nail gun working? It had
you're right.
Well, didn't she put a Band-Aid? Rubber band.
No, but he's talking about the power.
It's got a safety.
How's it being powered? Is what he's
asking. How's it being powered? Yeah.
No, because you charge them up.
That ain't the traditional air. That's right.
They got batteries.
They're air driven.
And those are weaker.
Yeah, exactly. The air gun. Now the air nail gun.
They ain't powerful enough.
That damn thing will go through.
You're right. See, we real men that we know about power tools and shit. The two above, the two up on top right here, they not really, they work with computers and stuff like that.
To H-Rap or K-Rap, to his point, I was looking for the battery on the nail gun. I'm like,
I didn't see that.
Hey, man, remember when Chris and Snoop was shooting people on the wire when they had that gun?
I don't know.
I think she was prepared. She had that nail gun up there for that particular purpose if something went down.
Come on,
because it was just perfectly placed.
They were working on that.
Why not have a real gun then? You're not going. I get to pick a weapon, and I'm gonna pick a battery operated nail gun as my weapon.
She was scary. She was scary. I don't know.
I told you she was MacGyver. She was all that.
All right,
He started naming shit like he was finna name a whole bunch of shit. He just named one thing and then said she was all that.
She was the
All
Matrix.
what? MacGyver?
Yeah.
MacGyver, the Matrix, a germaphobe, a agoraphobe. She was everything. She was Shaka Khan. She was everyone.
I still feel let down with your naming. You know, I'm finna go, okay, this finna get good shit. When a nigga go like this, they finna name some shit.
Man, that shit was horrible, man.
All right.
I wouldn't watch this, man.
Final thoughts, Doc. I know you got to run it at about 12 minutes. So final thoughts.
Hey,
and your grade.
Yeah, movies are, meant to be entertaining. And at the end of the day, I think we were entertained, right? I'm not upset that we watched
the show was entertaining.
It wasn't, yeah, right. And if it gives us an entertaining episode, then great on her, right? So because of, who did we say did a good job in this earlier? We talked about somebody, I forget exactly who we said, which is bad in and of itself, right? But again, I probably think that this movie deserves a 3. I'd give it a 3 because again, I like the mental health aspect of it, right? So toward the end of the movie,
I think that
excuse me, like whenever she was, like one of the things that I saw in it, like when she was getting ready to talk to the lady at the company to try to talk to the FBI, she threw that mental health thing back in her face. Didn't you have an issue with the mental health or whatever? And I made a note that says the throwing back of her mental health and subsequent leave by throwing that back in her face, it's one of the reasons why people hesitate to seek mental health care because of stuff like that. They don't want people bringing it back up or holding it against them down the road or thinking they weaker than anybody else, because they're dealing with that issue. So again, I thought it was a 3 and mainly because again, it dealt with an issue that we need to bring some eyes on anyway. So hopefully it'll help somebody in that way. Remember, IMDb gave it 6.3 out of 10, 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Man, that's a great Rotten Tomatoes score. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes,
yeah. And then 56% of Google users approve. So again, I'm very comfortable in my 3 mic rating.
All right. K-Rap?
Kind of like I give it a Rotten Tomato.
Robin Cotton. Hey,
this is horrible.
Tight draws, not loose draws. Tight draws.
I'm giving it 1.5 stars because I'm a conspiracy theorist, and it has affirmation of my theories. But after that, I'm giving it 1.5 stars. I wouldn't watch this again and come.
Wait. Hold on. Are you giving it mics or are you giving it big draws?
Mics, stars.
Are you rating it big draws? You should rate it big draws.
Yeah, right.
He giving it 1.5 period panties.
I'm giving it a pair of drawers with no elastic.
Oh, the elastic don't pop.
Right.
1.5
mics. Seriously,
snap the elastic.
Outside of like it was some nuanced things in it that I enjoyed, but no.
Oh, and also toward the end of the movie, did you notice the subtleness of the fact that the Kimi was gone? Or the Alexa, it was gone off the kitchen island, like it had said. Yeah, that little kitchen island kind of thing, or kitchen table, whatever. It was completely gone at that scene, and they showed that. I thought that was, again, that's an artistic display right there.
CJ Boyd's comment says it all about tonight's show. I ain't seen the movie, but this episode was 5 out of 5.
All right, which is the point, right? We really don't give a damn about the movie.
Yeah, I mean, like I kind of mentioned earlier, I mean, I'll give it a 3 for the mic, but it just reminded me of some of those older movies, Rear Window, Disturbia. But the thing is that I wish they would have played more, or kind of went toward the anxiety disorder. But I felt like they kind of
a little bit more.
Yeah, they touched on it, but then they went away from it because there were scenes where she was like using people to hide from the guys she thought.
Right.
I'm like, shouldn't you be like trying to hide
from those people? Yeah, right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it was kind of. I would have liked them to go more into that or whatever. But no, I mean, for what it was, I didn't take it too serious because it was those typical like AI. There was a murder. How can I uncover it? If I dig deeper, there's going to be another conspiracy.
I think actually some of the plots and whatnot that we see going forward, I think they'll be more and more inclusive of the Alexa type, AI type, because it's such a big part of our lives, right?
Right. Yeah.
What did you catch on Zoom in the background? You know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I think that's going to be a part of some of these scripts going forward.
And like I said, how they played on the pandemic. People were wearing masks. Some people weren't wearing masks. The bus said mask required. I mean, it's just little things like that. But it's worth a three mics.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you, Wilkes. I think 3. I don't think it was horrible. I don't think it was.
I say a 3 phase. How you agree with me?
Well, the last person that said it, but it wasn't horrible. It wasn't great. It was right in the middle. I think Zoe Kravitz is a good actor because
I'll give her that.
To act in a way of being anxious like she was, like
oh gosh.
So I'd give it a 3. Ready to 2.5.
Lost money because of loose draws.
Loose booty draws.
All right, so before we get out of here, coming up next week we will do Posse.
Will we? Because it is Memorial Day, and it's a problem for me.
That's a good thing.
Okay, so let's.
I might not be able to be here next week with my kids.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll be back in. We'll be back on the 6th.
Are we watching Posse?
We'll do Posse. Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. I got to tell a joke about this. Hang on. So just keep in mind the word posse. Okay, you listening, Wilkes? This is really for you, but the other guys get to enjoy this.
Oh, I'm listening.
So again, we love The Harder They Fall, and it was a black Western and whatnot. So this is kind of set around that time period. And this cowboy gets captured by these Indians, and they tie him up and they gonna burn him at the stake. And he goes, and they like, you get one wish before we burn you at the stake. He goes, okay, can I talk to my horse? And they're like, yeah, sure, you can talk to your horse. So he whistles his horse over there and whispers in his ear. His horse flies off, and he comes back up, pulls back up with 3 redheads. And he goes, and they're like, okay, we're going to kill you. He goes, give me one more horse. Give me one more wish. And they're like, okay, go ahead. He goes, I need to talk to my horse again. So he whispered in his horse again, whispered in his horse's ear again. His horse flies off, comes back, and he has 3 brunettes on his back. And they're like, he's like, oh, and he goes, can I one more wish, please? And he goes, yeah. He goes, this is it now. We done said 1. We giving you 2. This is it. You get one more wish. So he goes, okay, whistle his horse back over there. And he whispered again. Horse flies off. He comes back with 3 blondes. And when he comes up, he tells his horse, no, I said posse. Posse. Go get the posse. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Posse.
Posse, man. Not the Uzi.
Okay, Wilkes, you did not have to break it down any further. They understood.
You said it was for me. You said it was for me. I need to make sure they understand.
Oh, I love it.
Yes. Tomorrow on Queen 3 and King.
Tomorrow, Queen 3 and King, we are discussing mental health and our children. So, yeah, we'll be talking about that again. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so we're going to focus on the kids aspect of mental health, right? You know, how social media influencing this mental health situation. You know, again, we're going to talk about the anxiety, depression. How many think about this, man? Don't we hear the word in terms of anxiety and depression so much more than we used to?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, what's the deal? Is this real or is this Memorex, man? You know, and again, say that again.
You got to beat your kids more. They understand things. That pressure.
Wow.
You know, be depressed when you thinking it's 1:30 and your mama said, when I get home, I'm beating your ass. You know, they know depressed.
You're wide awake. Yeah.
So anyway, that's what we'll be discussing tomorrow. So tune in. I'll probably still be in the kind of mood I was in tonight. So I'm gonna talk plenty of shit to my sisters tomorrow. So get ready.
Oh yes.
All right, tomorrow, end of the bench.
I'm gonna talk about, you know what? I almost canceled, but I still got something to talk about. Talk about the fact that we haven't heard anything about homeboy in Buffalo being Kyle Rittenhauser Jr. He is a direct descendant of Kyle Rittenhouse, not DNA wise, but it's the same situation.
Oh
He
yeah,
took
yeah.
it to the next level. And I'm gonna talk about what I call a war council. At this point, I feel like our community is at war, and I'm gonna talk about the directions we can go in to prepare ourselves. And I'm not talking about in regards to a weapon situation, but you'll see what I'm talking about tomorrow. I'm talking about the Divine Nine. Talk about the Masonic Orders, the Eastern Stars, former military people like my man Dawk here and others. Talk about that. So it might be a relatively short show. Then again, it just may be the whole hour, but it's just I don't think we're using all the resources that we have as a community to advance. And we keep saying this gonna happen, this gonna happen, this gonna happen.
Yeah.
But there's certain things that we can use, like I said, the Divine Nine, the Masonic Order, the Eastern Stars, former military, and we need to, and you'll hear the details tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on the End of the Bench podcast, Build and Destroy, where we attempt to build up the community and destroy the lies and propaganda around the community.
Sir. All right, CJ boy, appreciate you. Make sure to check out CJ on Thursdays, Elevate Podcast with Justin Caraway. They hit topics head on. Also, check out CJ on some other podcasts too. He's a guest, filling in on different shows and everything, and we love the collabos. So, all right, as we always do at the end, go ahead and close us out, K-Rap.
Well,
hey, before you do that, real quick, I'm thinking of an episode to bring the Fourcast on the Queen, 3, and King. And what I think I'm going to do is play y'all against them in Family Feud. I'm going to host it, and it's going to be the 3 King, the 3 Kings against the 3 Queens, okay? Family Feud. Okay. So I just got to work out how I'm going to ask the, because there won't be no buzzers and stuff like that. It'll just be y'all turn versus they turn, and we'll add it up and points and all that stuff.
And believe it or not, that's how the Fourcast was formed.
What's that?
Ben invited me on a game of Family Feud.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah. So I may need to get with you on that, Ben, just on some of the specifics of that.
Yeah. Sabrina Looney, thank you for coming through. Good
Appreciate
evening,
you,
Incredibles. Working
Warriors in the building, that. Green and gold, baby.
I think that's probably Theodora Harper. That sounds awesome. She's in the Facebook group. All right, close us out.
First of all, West House Warriors in the building next month. First alumni picnic in 3 years. We in the building. We taking over the universe. Best cookout in the state of Illinois. We always there last Saturday in June. With that being said, salute to Reggie O'Shea, aka Combat Jack. By saying, dream those dreams and man up a woman up and live those dreams. Because life without dreams flows in black and white. Life with dreams flows in Technicolor surround sound. And as usual, Craig Smith, salute. And I'm going to tell y'all this. I'm going to keep telling you. I'm changing it on my show, but this is my last opinion. I'll keep it on here. I'm say, if I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it,
get it from Loose Draw.
Get it from God.
Please, what you
get it from Zoe Trolls.
Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Monday, May 23rd, 2022. Number 1. 3 days after primary election results were too close to call, the race for the U.S. Congress in District 12 in Pennsylvania now has a proclaimed winner. It's State Representative Summer Lee. In 2018, Lee became the first black woman from southwestern Pennsylvania to be elected to the state legislature. And with a win in November, Summer Lee will become the first black woman to represent Pennsylvania in the U.S. Congress. And don't forget, Tuesday is primary voting day in Georgia,
Alabama, and Arkansas. Runoff elections will take place in Texas. Number 2, countless news outlets have chronicled the communications between Virginia Ginny Thomas and the Trump White House. Numerous emails were revealed from the wife of the Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, encouraging Donald Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Now, the Washington Post reports the recent discovery of emails that Ginny Thomas sent urging Arizona lawmakers within her friend and business networks to reverse Donald Trump's loss. Number 3, the White House is planning for dire contingencies that could include rationing supplies of vaccines and treatments this fall if Congress does not approve more money for fighting COVID-19. In public comments and private meetings on Capitol Hill, a White House coronavirus coordinator has painted a dark picture in which the U.S. could be forced to cede many of the advances made against the coronavirus over the last 2 years. Biden administration officials have been warning for weeks the country has spent nearly all the money in the $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan that was dedicated directly to COVID-19 response. Number 4, Florida's Department of Education is requesting book publishers to keep critical race theory, or CRT, and social justice out of K-12 social studies textbooks. The request comes amid a push from Republican Governor Ron DeSantis' administration to crack down on public school curriculum, particularly as it relates to race and gender. CRT has never actually been a part of Florida's public school curriculum. However, DeSantis has led a crusade against the framework by claiming that its principles are entering kids' education, thus making it an indoctrination. Number 5, the first shipment of baby formula arrived from Switzerland to the United States Sunday morning. As part of the Biden administration's Operation Fly Formula, the president invoked the Defense Production Act to boost the decimated baby formula supplies in this country. A military plane carrying 78,000 pounds of infant formula landed in Indianapolis in the Sunday shipment was the first of several plane loads scheduled to arrive over the next few days. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. There is freedom in speaking truth to power. Join me today live on YouTube and Facebook at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central with comedians Chris Paul and Huggy Lowdown, along with social justice activist Coy Malone, as we discuss today's top headlines and more. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SibylWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.